It's TGI Now time, back again in the K420 studio, discussing real, authentic truth talk, freedom of speech, and living in the now. Go ahead, free in your mind.
One episode at a time. We're a little delayed, yo.
A little delay. It's all right.
That's all good. That's all good.
Just
fucking pizza. Hey, listen, man, that's Stromboli, bro, with the fucking, I mean, just to start it off with Caps, because they did something special for us today. That fucking that Philly cheesesteak Stromboli was delicious,
Right?
dude.
It was good.
Dude,
Yeah.
I had a piece of that.
That was a special for today.
Yeah,
so,
that was nice,
so I ordered
man.
it up.
Oh, yeah. So shout out to Caps, man. You know,
Yeah.
just put it out there. You know, Caps on 27th in Oslo. Make sure you guys give them a visit.
Yep. Ask about the little pizza package for the kids.
Yeah. They got a lot of nice stuff. They got beer and wine. Nice little hangout.
Yeah. It was packed. It was busy today.
But anyway, so talking about the news, as we were talking about before we started the podcast, you know, we were mentioning about how this fucking country is in such demise, dude.
Right.
And the thing is, you know, it's been happening for the past 60 years, if you really think about it. Because remember, Kennedy was investigating, he wanted to eliminate the CIA, and then the CIA had him killed. So, you know, it's still controlled. Like, people love America, they just don't love our government.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, people love America. Yeah. I love America. Yeah. I don't love our government. Our government is, it's almost like, it's almost like they're becoming like a dictatorship.
Yeah.
They would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, this president's doing whatever he wants, committing crimes, obviously, I mean, being shown.
He's been doing
testimonies.
He's been doing it before he came president.
He's been doing it, but I'm just saying now we know.
Yeah.
But nothing is happening. He's still doing fucking silly things in the fucking White House. You know what I mean?
And like I always say before too, and I always go back to it. If Trump would have won, we wouldn't know about all this stuff. We wouldn't see all this corruption. We wouldn't know anything about these things.
Which Trump was exposing some of the swamp
But we didn't know about
Biden.
Yeah, and the rest of them.
But remember, the Hunter Biden laptop came out. So that would have came out eventually, you know, if he would have lost, you know, that someone who ran for, you know, for President Biden for the fourth time, you know, is being indicted for, you know, bribery and treason, you know, because that's what he's doing. Yeah. He's selling our country out.
100%.
Still, all this money going to Ukraine for what? I mean, are you for the war in Ukraine?
Absolutely
I'm not for that war.
Absolutely not.
We have no business in that war.
No.
You know what I mean? We
close.
had all our money going to that war when this country is struggling.
Yeah.
Here we are, families can't even eat, and we're sending all this money to fucking Ukraine. Mm-hmm. It's they're laundering money.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, they're getting paid, bro.
No, there's no doubt about that.
They're just fucking getting paid.
Don't have beef with that side of the globe forever, and now we giving y'all money for y'all wars against each other. Y'all, it's brother and sister country fighting each other right now. What the fuck does America have to do with getting in between that?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
No, we don't even belong there, bro.
We don't belong there at all.
Well, remember this too. Like, you know, you go back to 9/11. You know, 9/11 was an attack. Whatever you want to believe about it, you know, we'll throw it out there like that.
But again, that was also government.
Exactly. So then we went to war in Iraq, which we shouldn't have went. You know, Tucker Carlson supported the war in Iraq when he was on air. Now he sees the world in a different light
because he knows that there were no weapons of mass destruction. That was all a lie.
Exactly.
The government lied for us to go out there. Mm-hmm. It was all about getting Saddam Hussein. Because the fucking Bushes had an issue with Saddam Hussein. It wasn't about 9/11. 9/11 was conducted by these fucking governments. This is where they can go after them.
But how did you get the American people to back that war? You had to have an attack on our soil. So think about this.
Well, now there is no attack on our soil. We're fucking supporting Ukraine.
I know. Well, think about this, though. So the war before that, or World War II, this country didn't want anything to do with what was going on over in Europe in World War II. So then all of a sudden, what happens? We get attacked. Pearl Harbor. Well, Pearl Harbor was another false flag. They're all false flags. The Gulf of Tonkin was another false flag to get us into the Vietnam War. These are all false flags. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that whatever's coming next is going to be something that's going to pull us into some other type of situation, some type of war with China.
I don't think it's going to be so much with China as it is going to be like almost a civil war.
Yeah, well,
I think the election. I think we're not going to. We already know that the election is going to be rigged. They're going to rig the election, or they're going to try to rig the election, and they're going to try to do the same thing again, right? So, what's going to happen is that people are gonna fucking be fed up and say we don't want any more of this shit.
100%.
We didn't vote for this. I know for sure I didn't vote for this. I know my neighbor didn't vote for this. You guys are fucking lying. This isn't right. What's going on? This election was rigged, and that's it. So therefore, what's gonna happen is that people are gonna fucking revolt because no one wants to live in a country of socialism. The majority of this country doesn't want it. And we're gonna fucking stand up, and that's what you and I talk about, where that new world comes in.
The new, the new Earth, the birth
Right,
of the new
Earth.
Yeah.
Where we come in and we say enough's enough.
Yeah.
We want peace. We want love. We want kindness. No more living in fear. No more lies on the news. No more fucking of this going on. No more of alphabet fucking agencies. All you guys are out. DOJ, FBI, CIA, or ETA, all that bullshit. Get the fuck out. ATF. You guys don't belong here. We police our own state. We govern our own state. A president is there to make sure that the world is being recognized.
No, you're absolutely right. And I posted something today. It was from that movie. I know you like movies. I don't know if you saw the movie, The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Of course I've seen it.
And the scene where Keanu Reeves is in the room with the controllers.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Yeah, and he says how we have to be pushed to a certain lane. I'm going to play it for you. I'll play it right now. And we're going to have to be pushed so far to a certain way in order to bring in change. And he says the word precipice in this video.
Precipice.
Yeah, he says it live.
Our word.
Yeah, he says precipice.
And what's crazy is he was the precipice.
Exactly.
In the whole movie.
In the whole movie. Watch.
They must be alternatives. You must have some technology that could solve our problem. Your problem is not technology. The problem is you. You lack the will to change. Then help us change. I cannot change your nature. You treat the world as you treat each other. But every civilization reaches a crisis point eventually. Most of them don't
Crisis
make it.
point.
Yours did? How? Our sun was dying. We had to evolve in order to survive. So it was only when your world was threatened with destruction that you became what you are now? Yes. Well, that's where we are. You say we're on the brink of destruction, and you're right. But it's only on the brink that people find the will to change. Only at the precipice do we evolve.
Only at the precipice will we evolve. So
When it hit the fan.
yeah. And again, like I wrote on the thing, a new Cuban Missile Crisis. What are we going to have? Some kind of a Cuban Missile Crisis again on steroids, where we're going to be pushed so far to a precipice of something so bad going to happen that's when it's going to be time for change.
But that's what's gonna. It has to happen.
Exactly.
It has to. You know why? Because look, there's no victory without a fight, and we need victory in this country. You know, this is I mean, we've always strived, and people have always envied our freedoms. And our freedoms are slowly being taken away. Our First Amendment, our Second Amendment rights, all these rights, they want to take it from us. We have to remember what happened in Germany, you know, with the Jews. They lost their voice. They took their newspapers. They took their guns. And then after that, they took them.
They had nothing. They had nothing left.
You know, and if you know, like I heard it in Rio AF the other day, if you're one of those people that says, wow, if that was me, I would have did this. Well, now's the time to do this. Otherwise, you're a bullshit artist. You're just a faker. Bullshit. You ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? Are you ready to stand, or are you gonna fucking sit down and watch CNN or Fox News and fucking listen to lies?
And that's what, like, our buddy Nate Swigert, who was on the podcast, says, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees.
Of course,
you know.
No, fuck that.
And that's what it comes down to. Yeah, you know, and that's where we have to be pushed to that point, to that breaking point, and that's what that little clip says about it. We just pushed us to a precipice. I've been saying it since December, and here we are. It's fucking almost July. You know, we're pushing it. We're really. I just felt it then in December. I felt like we were getting to that point. Something was about to shift.
We're getting closer now. I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah.
With everything that's going on, all the corruption, the indictments, and you know they're trying to indict this president, which is bullshit. You know they really need to indict Biden. You know, and fuck his son. His son ain't nobody. Fucking arrest him. You know what I mean? And fucking indict Biden, impeach him, and put him in jail, or let him go to some fucking island where he's by himself, where he got no control over shit but his fucking medications. I still think he's a dead body. You know, fucking Weekend at Bernie's.
Bro.
You know, I think he's dead.
how his ears are like stapled to his head. That's
Yeah,
a mask,
bro. Every
I don't even think
weekend.
it's him, bro.
Right? See, Rondell's saying you don't
It's
think it's
crazy,
him.
bro.
Every
Like-
weekend they
Yeah.
fucking plug him up, you know?
I wanna see.
Rondell's saying he
I'm
thinks
gonna
it's a
have to-
mask.
I'm gonna look up some pictures to see if there's like before and afters because
Well,
like
you
how
showed
his
me that.
ears sit on his
You
face.
showed me some pictures of
That
before
shit
and
is
after.
crazy.
There's
bro, like-
there's a video. Actually, I think I sent it to you guys. There's a video where it shows his evolution
Like-
from like 2000,
Yeah,
from
I've-
like 1976 up until now.
I've
And you
seen
see each
people-
video, each one, and you're like, fuck it, like he keeps changing.
Earlobes don't change.
Yeah.
They'll grow. They'll get longer. But earlobes don't change. If you have hanging earlobes, you will have
But
hanging
wasn't there
earlobes.
something like that with this guy who killed the thing that happened over the summer?
What's that?
BLM went crazy. George Floyd.
Yeah.
The guy's ears were different when you arrested
Oh yeah,
him.
but he didn't look like the same guy. When they had the cop, you talk about the cop.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't. It was different. When you saw the video, he looked like a completely different guy. But
Yeah.
then when he got arrested, I mean, you're in the dire time, so you gonna look different.
Yeah.
When you sitting there crying, taking that mugshot, you gonna look different.
Yeah. It's true. It's true, but Rondell's right. I mean, you're
man.
saying that like is he's kind of dead? Like, is he really there?
Like,
Is it
for real,
is it
bro?
really him? Like
It
I've
could
been
be
saying
skin,
that.
yeah. Could be, you know.
And we could be being deceptive on CGI. So when he's on TV making these speeches and stuff, it could be CGI.
Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to put nothing past anything. Alien invasions, alien takeovers, you know. I mean, shit, you know.
Well, I
the thing
think
with me with the lizards, I have them as
So the
pets.
lizards is my problem.
Yeah, you know, I have pets of fucking lizards, you
The
know what I mean?
lizards is like-
Now, I'm not
Lizards,
there
So you
yet.
telling me my lizards gonna get me?
Reptilian
Well, I'm not there
DNA.
yet. But you know,
Reptilian
but I
DNA.
definitely do believe that, you know, look, you know, we talk about alien abduction. You mentioned today a bill that was signed. You
By
know, what was that?
President Eisenhower.
Eisenhower signed a bill back in the 50s, fucking letting him and Admiral Byrd met with the fucking aliens, and they said basically all national parks are abduction sites for them to experiment on us. So that's why
In exchange for technology.
in exchange for the technology we have today.
Well,
And he met with him because remember I told you before the podcast that they said he had some dental emergency in California,
Yeah, he didn't
and he
go to California.
he disappeared
because
for 3
remember
days.
now, this president every weekend goes to Delaware.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't go anywhere. He goes to his house, a beach house in Delaware. What is it that they have down there? A lab that they constantly, you know, making things. You know what I mean?
As good as mine.
It does
I
like
mean,
Rondell said.
you
I
gotta
mean,
crazy
think
shit.
maybe
they could be adjusting.
maybe they have a lab, and he's getting adjustments.
it's
You
an
know,
adjustment
or
to the mask.
you know, could be.
Could be getting adjusted because
Who
that one
knows?
video, his mask, his head was all like wrinkly on his
Or
forehead.
maybe whatever. It could be AI.
Yeah.
Whatever AI, they take the data out over the weekend. Let the thing rest or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they wake him up on Monday. You know what I mean? They put
Pull the
another
cord on his ass.
There is clones. I mean, you do have clones.
Oh,
There is-
no.
I'm not talking about. I don't think he's cloned.
I'm just saying, but
I
the-
think
but the
it's either
technologies-
AI,
Yeah, that technology's
AI,
real.
or he's a fucking alien.
but that technology's
Or he's
real.
fucking-
So
Yeah, you don't
Weekend
see
at
that
Bernie's.
documentary on Amazon with the guy who's like the clone god? He's made kids for Disney.
yeah. I mean that's I mean that's
That's
the
fucking nuts,
clone
bro.
shit's not it's not nothing to shake a stick at. They've been
that
doing
shit's
it for a
been
long
happening
time
for
too.
a long time.
Everybody has a light.
No lighter here. Rondell must got it. There it is. No, I mean the AI is a big part of it. I think we're fighting AI. That's what we're against is AI, artificial intelligence. So whatever that is, but it's CGI or
AI will turn
clone.
us against each other before anything.
But
Yeah.
okay, so here we got AI, right? We're talking about alien abductions and how aliens could be just, you know, using skin, could clone themselves or like morph themselves as us. So, I mean, you know, listen, we can't take anything and say, oh shit, maybe not. Oh, that's bullshit, fucking conspiracy. You know, one thing I've learned in these past few years about conspiracy is that a lot of it is truths. And they call it conspiracy this way we don't listen.
Exactly.
Because the word conspiracy, oh, you're a nut. No, listen. Listen to these so-called crazy people who are out there in the street telling you repent and all this other stuff, you know. They have a message. They're not crazy. They have a message and a passion to do it. The other day, John, I thought about you. I come out of Publix. A guy's walking in with a mask. So I tell him, listen, you know, actually, no, it was Wawa.
Yeah.
So he's going in to Wawa with a mask on. So I told him politely, I said, you know, you're breathing in your own carbon dioxide is probably more dangerous than whatever's out there.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know. I may have to be here. I may have to go for surgery. So I told him, a doctor will tell you to wear a mask and breathe in your own carbon monoxide? No. Well, I have to be careful.
Yeah.
I said, have a good day, sir.
I know, it's scary.
You know, people are so afraid. I didn't want to be rude at that point.
No.
I wished him a good day. I saw he was a little, I'm a little big. He felt a little intimidated. I wasn't trying to intimidate him.
No.
He caught me as I was coming on. He had this mask on, and I'm like,
in the job for
you know, like, and that's the problem. If we would have
for no reason
said no,
yeah,
we're not wearing no fucking mask, they would have said, oh shit, these people are not going to obey.
Exactly.
We got to do something else.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
True. It's so true. I mean, look,
Right,
I got kicked out of a job for not, not wanting to wear a mask and speaking my truth at a fucking school board meeting. So I mean, you go ahead and you go against the grain, and people get all bent out of shape.
It's like I honestly believe that they're going to plan another pandemic.
No, I believe that too. Yeah, I believe
They're going to plan another one, some kind of disease, but this one's going to kill people.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be a lot worse.
It's going to kill people. I think this one's going to kill people. And then if you don't get vaccinated with the new super vaccine, you're gonna die, or they're gonna kill you.
Yeah.
I think that they're gonna fucking they got these camps. They built these concentration camps.
They did. No, they have them.
You know,
they have
so,
them.
I mean,
they're called FEMA camps.
Yeah,
FEMA
so they may
camps.
just fucking lock us up in there.
No, they have them.
You know, because remember, what was it that Biden called it? The pandemic of the unvaccinated.
He sure did.
You know what I mean?
So did that Walensky girl, the CDC director. She said the same thing. That she's on the at the House hearings. She's sitting there saying, "Oh, I
Did
didn't
you
say
watch
that."
Gavin Newsom on Hannity? Hannity gives Gavin Newsom a lot of fucking time.
Hannity's a fucking
Hannity's
piece
a
of
fucking
shit.
sellout.
He's a sellout.
But anyway,
He's a sellout.
anyway,
So-
Gavin Newsom was talking about Hannity asked him about the tax rate. You know, so what would you do? You know, about about the tax rate. So he was trying to evade the question, as Gavin Newsom's famous for. You know, he knows how to talk around. She's a smooth talker, right?
He is.
He reminds me of a car guy.
He is.
Anyway, so he ends up blurting out, real quick, like 70%. Like people lived off of 30%.
Yeah.
So his whole idea is to tax the working people 70%. That's involuntary servitude.
Yeah.
That's slavery.
That is slavery.
Isn't that slavery?
bring nothing home.
So that we get taxed 70%
You
of
bring
our
nothing
income.
home.
Yep.
You bring nothing home. You starving. You're in poverty. Middle class is eliminated at this point.
Yep.
And that was Obama's plan too. But if you think about it, that they've been trying to eliminate the middle class because we're the working force. The middle class is the working force of America. We're the fucking backbone of America. We're the soldiers. We're the ones who go out. We're the doctors. We are the middle class,
Yep.
right? So what happens is with the rich, we're very few, right? They eliminate the middle class, right? They don't realize that they're going to get eliminated too because they're not part of the group.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking group, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So
That's all it is.
alien group.
It's one club. It's one club, and you ain't in it.
If you're not one of these aliens, you ain't down.
Yeah, you're not in. Just like in the movie They Live. Remember it was the aliens and the human power elite in the same room. So you had You had aliens and the human power elite in the same boat. So you had the aliens and the humans were working with them, but the aliens were using the humans to do their dirty work, and they were the ones that were hidden in the tunnels. You didn't see them,
No.
You couldn't see unless you put the glasses on. So then you could
When
see
I
them.
heard that Eisenhower shit, first thing I thought of in my mind, I was right. There's somebody in the basement answering the phone.
Right? Yeah,
But
like
you
you
see,
said that one
there's
time.
somebody-
I also think only few presidents had that privy.
No, you're right. That's true.
I don't think that all the presidents
No.
had that.
Okay,
that
back
privy.
then that
They
was
didn't.
a different time.
Yeah.
Right. I think what happened is that they shut it down back then, back in the 50s and the 60s, 60 years
No,
ago.
you're right.
They shut it down this way. Even presidents don't have privy to that. Only like super duper class, high class.
Bill Cooper said that in the book Behold a Pale Horse. He talked about some presidents weren't privy to that information.
Yeah.
Some were and some
That's where I
weren't.
got it from because I read the book.
No, he said that. And he also said, that they're going to pull a fake alien invasion at some point too. That they're going to use the alien card to pull that out and scare the shit out of people. They're going to use it as they're not good aliens,
Because
and they're going
the
to come
funny
in.
thing is that they can do that because you could put drones up there and fucking throwing
shoot out the
lasers,
lights. Yeah.
Well, what
fucking blowing
Nah,
people
fuck
up.
that. You could. There's now. You've seen what fucking Tokyo does with their buildings now. That 3D that comes out.
Oh, I saw it. Yeah,
That shit look real.
yeah. Bill
You will fucking crash your car if you've never been to Tokyo and you don't. the buildings, the fucking animation comes out of the building.
Yeah.
It looked like it's coming at your fucking car. You would crash if you didn't know that shit was happening.
But what I'm saying though is that they could really kill people with a fake alien invasion by
Setting up
drones.
bombs.
Well, no, exactly.
Drones,
what they would
because
do
you
is
could
they
have
would
a
be a
drone
setup
look
already.
like what we would see as a spaceship, as a saucer, just shooting fucking flares.
what you would see is you'd see a hologram of the spaceship, but you would have either our military or some other military.
They already got it set up where
up there,
they're looking like it's blowing up shit.
Right.
So they were blowing shit up. So the holograms can't blow nothing up, but a real fucking thing up there could.
But that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But even a drone, a drone controlled can blow shit up, and they
Absolutely.
can blow up Americans
and make it look like they're shooting at us. Like, oh
no,
shit.
not make it look.
I know.
Shoot
They
at
will
us.
do it. Yeah.
Actually shoot at us and
yeah.
kill people.
Absolutely.
You know, like
what I
an
mean is
alien invasion.
make it look like those holograms are shooting at us.
Yeah,
You know,
but-
America
we
would
won't
kill
see the
really getting
drones.
shot.
Yeah.
But if no one's really getting shot,
Then it would be a joke.
It'd be a joke. But if people are really dying,
Yes.
Yeah. You know,
and
America
you really
don't mind
think, wow,
killing
an
people.
alien, it just hit a small town.
Yes, that's it.
Don't hit the
You don't have
planet.
to do
Hit a
anything.
small
That's
town.
all you need.
We see it in the television set that they're telling your lies. You know, television to your lies, right?
And they're like,
right. So we see it there.
and you're like,
Oh shit! Hide! They're coming after us, and then the news tells us they're
in
coming.
your
They
house.
should be here within 2 hours.
Exactly.
Hide!
Yep.
Turn off the lights.
Yep.
And you live there. They're on the sky. You can't leave your house. And they controlled you.
exactly.
They got
But
you.
that's why we talk about it, because if it does happen,
But actually, it can't be no fucking holograms.
yeah,
People are gonna have to fucking die.
yeah.
Like COVID. People had to really die.
Well, they made the fake
because
cases
people
and they
died.
killed people in the hospital.
Ventilators kill people.
Yep.
Some of the fucking COVID disease that people got really killed them. COVID really killed them.
Yep, in the
Okay,
beginning.
because they needed death
Yes.
to bring fear.
They needed stats. They
Right,
needed statistics. Yep.
Remember all the numbers?
Oh.
Millions
Yep.
dying.
And
of
it was all lies.
The brand-
It was all
COVID
lies.
killed
But the whole point is that people saw that after actual people died. Remember at first, people just dropped and blah.
Yeah, that was all
It was
bullshit.
just, that was
yeah.
all a lie.
The brand COVID killed him.
Yeah, the brand.
The brand.
Yeah, the
Brand.
Well, look at the brand. Look what the brand did to the guy you saw at Wawa.
Yeah.
That fucking killed him. He's done. He's like, he's
he's
scared
still
to
wearing
death.
masks.
Exactly.
But look at the vaccinated.
Look-
They're still promoting booster
Oh
shots.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I still see people on Facebook. I got my booster. I delete them. Get the fuck out of my page.
That's what Nino says when he on his podcast. Nino Rodriguez. He says like he sees people like wearing a mask. Like get away from me. Like just like the flies. Like get away.
Get the fuck away.
Get away.
I
You
do
know?
the same thing. Instagram, these influencers with their mask on. I stopped following. I mean, it just don't.
It's stupid.
I'm not with it.
It's
You know what I
not.
mean?
It's dumb.
All you're doing is fucking hurting the country. Because it's not even so much yourself. You're hurting the country because other people are seeing you. And if you're an influencer, like that's how come that, what this administration did. It started, I think, with President Obama. He hired influencers to get young people to vote. And, it just really became, and it's happening now. Look what happened in the White House, with those transvestites that she,
That
took
was
her top
horrible.
off.
Yeah.
Now think about it. I was thinking about this today. If an actual woman did that,
Right?
she would get arrested for indecent exposure.
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
Okay, so they were invited to the White House, right, for Pride Month.
Yeah. They had a big pride event.
Right,
with
they
the
had a big
flags and
pride
everything
event with
at
the
White
flag.
House.
So all these drag queens went there. So one of them, with fake boobs, put down his shirt and
Yeah.
was on camera in
Yeah.
front of the White House with the White House behind him.
Behind it. Yeah.
Just like this. And President Biden had just shook his hand.
Yeah. Dude, it
Just
was
shook
crazy.
his hand when
Look at
President.
Rondell's face.
So therefore, now this is what's happening in the White House, right? And nothing happened.
on the White House lawn.
Nothing happened. Okay, so what happened to him is that he's not going to be invited to the White
he's
House
banned.
anymore.
He's banned. Well,
But if it would have been an actual
If it was a
woman,
woman,
that
she'd
she
be
would have been
indecent
arrested for
exposure.
indecent exposure.
All that shit hemmed up right there.
Right?
They
She would have
would've
been.
yanked
She
that
would have
ass
been
up
in
right
jail. A real woman would have shown her
Right?
real breast.
there. They would've went to
So what that
a
tells
real,
me,
I can't believe we're even talking about this. A real woman would have shown her real breast.
yeah.
went
So
straight to jail.
right, she would have went to jail. But being that it was
Fake
We're
woman.
pushing
a fake
we're pushing
woman
something right now.
showing fake breasts,
Nah,
which
it
is
wasn't
really
even that. It's the fact that we're pushing
It isn't
something
against
right
the
now.
law for a man to lift up his shirt.
Yeah.
I see what you. Yeah, I see what you
Not
mean.
really.
Yeah, it's not
so
against
if
the law
a
for
man is
to lift
lifting up his shirt, that's how they can arrest him. So if the government
'Cause he's got it-
recognizes him as a man,
Because he's got a dick.
why is it that they want to identify it as a she?
Wow. That's crazy.
See, even the government is recognizing them because it's legal for a man to show his chest.
Yeah.
But if a woman did it, it's indecent exposure.
Wow.
Like if I showed my penis.
Yeah.
Right?
That's crazy.
So therefore, what happened was that the government couldn't charge a man for showing his chest.
Because he has a dick.
Because he has a dick.
Yeah,
he's a man.
He's a man.
And the
You a
government
man.
knows it, and they're fooling you, thinking that they're for you when they're gonna fucking treat you like shit after they get your little 2% vote because that's a population of transvestites.
That's what it was, bro. Basically, we just gonna let it slide because
Right?
we're pushing
So
our agenda right now.
all they're doing is they're embarrassing themselves and embarrassing the country.
Yeah.
China and all these countries are looking at us like we're fucking idiots, bro. You think Trump would have let that shit happen?
No, he wouldn't even had a fucking parade.
There wouldn't have been a
Fuck
talk
that,
about it.
Wouldn't
He
even
would
had
have
an
said,
event.
"Shut the fuck up."
There wouldn't
Look,
even been
just
an
like that.
event.
Shut up.
Look.
Bro,
I'm
they
not
got. He's like,
hey,
bro, they've
listen,
done
I'm not
everything. He's like,
anti-homosexual.
I bet Trump isn't either, bro.
No,
He
I don't
probably
think
has
he
the
is. He has bad gay friends, bro.
Think about this, bro. Like Eddie said in one of the podcasts before, gay people have come so far. Bro.
Yeah.
They can get married to each other now. They not worried about this shit. They getting the people you see at them shits right now. They getting paid.
They get the influencers
They getting paid
paid
for
bro.
that shit. I can guarantee you.
You're right. No,
They're
you're
getting
right.
paid for that garbage,
You're
bro.
right.
If you notice, all
I
the
agree.
influencers that he hired, most of them are homosexual. You know
That's
what I mean?
all they hired, bro.
I'm not gonna call them trans.
No.
They're homosexual, and and homosexual means that they like their own sex.
They like to use.
Hello.
They like to use
You
the
know,
word queer now. That's
yeah,
that's the
no,
new one. They
trans is a big
well,
thing
the queer.
now.
No, the
went
lesbian.
back
They're
to
using
queer?
queer. They're using queer a lot.
Bro,
now.
the fucking.
They
I was
use-
just
yeah.
telling John how fucking. I play Call of Duty all the time.
Oh,
Fucking these guys that are like famous as fuck. One of the guys even did Call of Duty put a operator in the game for him. You can play as him in the game. Bro, this dude says leave the kids alone. Cancel.
Yeah, just like that
What the fuck?
on Call of Duty.
All he said was leave the kids alone.
Wow. And
No.
I saw that on Ryan Blade, one of the friends of the podcast too. He
That's it, bro.
he posted that. And he was like, he loved Call of Duty. He loved that guy. He was
Bro,
talking
I'm
about.
talking about-
And Ryan was
But there-
pissed. He was
but-
like, what the fuck
Yeah,
is
but
this
there's
shit?
a lot of celebrities and shit now coming up to guys like, yo, bro, what you said, bro, that's real shit. Like, so like, you can't stop them. Bro.
No, we gotta open our mouths. That's the thing. Speak
But
your
you want
truth.
to know something? We need to speak our truth because they, you know, it's like Trump says it, you know, and it's true that they're not after him; they're after us, and he's just in the way. We need to be in the way of them being after our kids
Yes, I agree.
because they're not after us; they're after our kids, and we need to be in the way. We need to be in the way of them standing against our kids. So the
100%.
same way Trump says that they're not after him, that they're after us, and he's in the way. We need to be in the way of the government to our kids.
You're right.
You know, if we don't stand up for our kids, they're gonna snatch them. You know, like we talked about, like these aliens snatching them from the fucking thing. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yep.
We were gonna snatch them, and we're gonna lose our children. They're gonna get confused. They're gonna be told that they're girls when they're not. They're gonna be told they're boys when they're not. You know, and they're gonna confuse our kids, and they're gonna be on all kinds of different medications,
Suicide.
and they're gonna be too weak to control this country. This country is slowly being given to our enemy.
Oh yeah.
Slowly.
The suicide rate is through the roof. Man.
Right now,
It's
I mean,
stupid.
Biden has this thing on fucking on fucking steroids. This thing is going so fast. He is just destroying this country so fucking fast, so
time.
fast.
Yep.
And the thing is, what bothers me is that all these fucking news people and anybody podcasts, even us, we talk about it, but nothing is fucking being done.
Nope. Nothing. Not
Nothing.
one thing.
The
Not
guy's
one.
not being indicted. I don't see no investigations.
Nothing.
Yeah, they could say whatever. You know what I mean?
The department-
Because the guy, what he needs to do, if he's smart, is fucking resign and fucking pardon himself and his family and get the fuck out of Dodge. That's it. That's, I mean, if you're caught.
Yep.
Resign.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know, pardon yourself and your family.
Never.
As the president, you can do it.
Never.
And fucking leave.
Never
They gonna have to
happened.
Nixon me at this bitch.
Yeah. See, that's the problem. He's
Never
an
gonna
arrogant mother. Whoever's fucking controlling Biden is arrogant. Whoever's inside of Biden, whatever fucking alien or whatever AI, or if it's Biden himself, he's a
Arrogant
fucking
motherfucker.
arrogant motherfucker, bro.
Yeah. I agree.
Thinking that he can do everything he can, he's above the law.
Well, and so you think you've got to reverse it. So, like, everything you're saying is what Biden's doing and nothing's happening. And then everything that Trump did, everything's happening to him.
But-
So they're telling you what they're doing and they're just projecting onto him.
If you had the power to wipe all your crimes away, wouldn't you be a little arrogant?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't you be a little a little rollicking shoulders. I mean,
That's why they did all this
when
stuff.
you feel a little, I mean, godlike.
CNN had said that when Trump leaves office, he's going to pardon himself for any crime.
He didn't have to. What was he
He
going to
didn't
pardon
have to
himself
because
for?
you know something. They have nothing against him, man.
Exactly.
You know, look, again, we're not Trumpers in this show. We're not big Trump thumpers and all that stuff. But I can tell you, he's probably the best man for the job right now.
No doubt.
We need a fucking bull in the chiron camp who's going to go in and knock it out, you know, because this guy...
Sooner than later. You know, he needs to come back sooner than later.
I think DeSantis is fooling a lot of people.
Oh,
I think Florida's going to pay the price if he loses Florida.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. Florida right now is 68% Trump. So what it is that Florida's kind of awake to his ass.
Yeah.
Now, and I don't know if it's true, but it was one of my friends on Facebook put it out. I won't put her name out there, but she put it out about how what we were talking about earlier. DeSantis, how he put out that law that if you were under indictment, you can't run for president. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
But that would be fucked up.
Yeah. He's not. That guy's a total globalist. It's so obvious. He doesn't do anything about child trafficking in the state. They're trafficking kids through Miami like there's no tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. And he's part of it, though.
He's part of it. Yeah, that's why he's not talking about it. So it just tells you right there. I still haven't seen any DeSantis 2024 fucking for president stickers and flags. I haven't seen none yet.
I'm going to put it out there, too, you know, real quick. I was talking to Bob Henderson. He's the national president of Citizens and Bikers for a Better Future.
Okay.
When we go out there, we help battered women and children who are going through the sex slavery. So, I'm kind of trying to find around the state, if I could get anywhere between 12 to 15 people, so, around the state, 2 or 3 here, 2 or 3 in the West Coast, just let me know, man. You can reach me by calling 772-713-0921. Just text me because I'm trying to find men who ride. You don't have to ride as bikers and citizens, but if you want to stand up for these children, we get funded to go get these kids out of these houses, out of these fucking sex slave, that's happening. Because a lot of times it happens in their own homes. Their parents are the ones fucking selling their own fucking children to support drug habits or to fucking do videos of them because they're sick motherfuckers. And what we do is that we get them out of that situation. Yeah. So if you're down for that, it's Bikers and Citizens for a Better Future Florida. I'm the president of this chapter. Reach me. I'm 772-713-0921. I give a fuck. I got the Green Giant as my sergeant of arms, so he's 3 men. So I got my 4 here.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah. So,
Giant.
Me and the Green Giant, we're just going to go get kids, man.
Yeah. He'll get no problem.
We're going to go get kids, bro. And I already told you, you'd be driving, fucking getting these wives out of the house, battered women and all this shit that's happening, and we allow it to happen, and we have a closed eye to it because we're so busy fucking arresting people for maybe little pot possessions or whatever the fuck they're doing, traffic stops, all this other shit that's going on. Sex trafficking is big, and it's child sex trafficking. Okay, not just women. Children are being fucking trafficked to these fucking people on the beaches. Your fucking neighbor is that little kid that got dropped off that you thought was his son's friend is not. All right, he's a fucking kid being abused and fucking being sold, right, and being picked up. Like all these fucking kids coming through the border. That's all fucking meat to these fucking people. You know what I mean? We need to stand up for that. So. I just want to put it out there, man. Well, just a quick plug for Bob Henderson and Bikers and Citizens for a Better Future.
It's just evil. It's just evil. It's evil agenda. It's evil at work, and this is what's getting exposed. And this is what it really comes down to. That nothing can stop what's coming about these kids and what we're going to find out. That movie Sound of Freedom's coming out on July 4th. It's a whole movie about child trafficking. Mel Gibson's coming out with a documentary, a 4-part documentary about this sex trafficking in Hollywood. It's all coming out. They can't hide anymore. It's over. It's over. We just have to fucking play this out and just go through the shit part, which is the shitstorm that's coming. But after that, then it's it. Then we're on to bigger and better things. But we're going to have to go through it because the guy at Wawa wearing a mask, he ain't ready to find out that fucking they're trafficking kids and fucking torturing them for their fucking, for a lot of other things.
Down with that shit. A lot of these fucking people, they don't care.
But they don't even think about it, though.
They
that's
don't
the
care.
thing.
They don't think about it because,
that's the programming.
Because I see the parents that stood up for these fucking porn books in the fucking school. They weren't even parents. They were older people people, and they came in wearing masks.
Ain't got no kids.
You know, and got no kids in the fucking school, but yet they want to pervert our children because they're perverted.
Yeah.
You know,
got
they're
paid
part
to
of
play.
that bullshit.
Yeah,
getting
got paid and they
They're getting paid. There's people that come to the school board meetings that are for the books and they're okay with grooming kids. They're all getting paid to show up. I know for a fact they're getting paid. I can tell by who shows up at these school board meetings and who's there for an agenda and who's not. It's so obvious now because it's real. We're in the age of authenticity. This is the age of authenticity. That's why we call the show Real Authentic Truth Talk, because it's authentic. So you know who's being authentic and who's not. You can see it. You just go, wow, that's fucked up. They're here because they're getting paid to be here.
Yeah,
you know, it's fucked up. But that's the reality of it. You know it, you see it, and then you call it out.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's why you got to go to your local school board meetings. You know, and really, if you could get your kid out of school and homeschool the kid, you're probably better off, man.
My God.
The money that you save, you know, I'm sure, you know, that there's got to be a way for you to get that government money, that $3,800 a month. That's a salary that you could pretty much live on, man. And, you know, teach your kid your own values. Teach them real math. Teach them science, history, real history, all of it. The ugly part of it too. You know,
and you get
it is what it is. You know, but teach them the truth. This way, when they hit the world, they know the truth, man. You know, and even the Bible says, man, you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. You know, it's the truth that sets you free, not the lie. The lie binds you. The lie holds you down. You know. The lie fucking puts fear in your heart. The truth sets freedom and love and peace, and you feel good because it's truth right in front of you. You know, when you can realize what you realize, and I always say that in the podcast because, I mean, since John told me that it affects me so much that you could really see things which you realize. Like, open up your eyes, put your fucking glasses on, take them off, whatever you got to do, but look and see what's really going on in front of you, man. I mean, it's happening. This country, they're after our kids. Our kids are fucking being used. They're fucking being, that their blood's being fucking drawn. The ugliest things that we think that fucking happens in abductions is happening in fucking people's homes. Your fucking neighbor, maybe.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's
you
true.
need to fucking be vigilant and be aware. Watch your kid. It's not, we don't live in a fucking time where your kid could play outside, we go to your neighbor's house. You don't know. You don't know what the fuck is going on in your neighbor's house. You know what I mean?
Stay awake and aware. And I always say, like you said, the truth will set you free. But
It's the truth.
The truth will set you free, but first it's going to piss you off. Too.
Oh, yeah, the truth is going to fucking...
It's going to piss a lot of people
I'm still
off.
pissed off.
Yeah, exactly.
But, you know...
I'm still pissed off.
I'm still pissed.
That's funny.
But it's just the truth, though. Think about it, you know, because I'm getting ready to have my 5th grandchild, right? And I don't know, man. You know, I think about them, you know, and I was thinking about it today, you know, as I was driving I had to meet somebody in Palm Beach. I had a nice long drive. I was listening to Andy Frisella, Real AF. I listened to his latest podcast, and I was thinking about my grandkids, you know, like right now, what's happening now has been happening for the past 60 years, and this is where we're at. So what's going to happen within the next 20? I mean, I'll be 80 years old, you know, so, you know, but they'll be like 15, 26, you know, they'll be young men, a young woman, you know, going through hardships and you know, if we don't make a difference for them now. So we have to do something now that we still have our guns and we still have some freedoms before we lose it and we can't do shit.
GG, I know.
And our kids are fucked up.
It's nice. All
so
starts
if
now.
you really give a fuck about your kids, get involved. Go to your school board meeting, see what they're teaching in the schools. See who they're listening to. Talk to their guidance counselor. See what they're about, because they spend a lot of time with your kids. These school teachers, spend time with the teachers. See what they're about. You know what they're thinking. You know, what's their ideologies. What's their faith. Ask them. You have every right. They're fucking public servants. You know, what's your faith? I mean, do you believe in God? Well, no, well, it is my business. You're teaching my child, and you're a public servant. You know, so we tend to think that we don't have those rights, and we do. You know, we pay them with our tax dollars. They work for us. And they're not there, you know, I'm not in that school because they're there. They're in that school because we're there. You understand? We support them. They don't support us.
And that's all the way across the board, even to the highest government. They work for us. So why is it, like we said in the beginning of the podcast, why is this nothing happening with all the corruption that's being exposed? Why is it nothing? Why isn't the hammer being dropped on people?
Because the DOJ, the CIA, the FBI, they're all in on it.
So it trickles all the way down.
They're all in on it, though. They're covering it
so
up.
There's nothing we can do.
If you're not part of the fucking group,
You're
right?
done.
Like Trump is not part of the group.
Nope.
That's how come they're after him.
Yep.
They're after him because he's not part of the system. He's against them.
Yeah.
Not saying Trump is the fucking savior.
Speaking of that, yeah, he's not the savior, that's for sure.
But,
No, he's not.
But just quick,
Yeah.
they're after him, right? And they're showing you the corruption, the bullshit indictments that fucking Biden, that wasn't even a president, had documents he had no right to have.
Right.
The president had every right to have them.
You're right.
So look at that. Are you that stupid?
No, they're not that stupid. They already knew he had them.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the fucking people that say, "Oh, no,
yeah.
Biden, he had him. It's okay."
Yeah.
And Trump, no. Trump had the right to have him, to unclassify every fucking document he had. Vice President at the time, Biden, had no rights to those documents, and neither did Hillary Clinton as Secretary of State.
And so what's happening is with these indictments, is it's setting a precedent to show like that, like he did it right, they did it wrong. So now I'm going to turn it on you. That's why they don't want him in there.
Opposite.
And the sooner he gets
Right
in
is
there,
wrong and wrong is right.
everything's flipped upside down. Yeah. So if he gets in there either now or by the end of 2024 into 2025, if he gets elected.
I don't think he's going to get elected. I think what's going to end up happening, he's going to get appointed.
Yeah.
Because, they're going to rig the election again.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, they're going to do it again. Yeah. They're going to create another pandemic, another thing where they're going to rig the election again. And we the people, and I'm going to say this out, and they may cancel this on fucking on YouTube, whatever. But we the people, as it comes and says, we the people, read that. We the people, okay? We need to stand together.
Yep.
For a better nation.
One
Okay.
nation under God.
Right? One nation.
Yep.
But we need to stand together as one people, a human race, not races, a human race, an American race of people standing up to this tyranny and fight for our freedoms.
Yeah.
Because if not, our kids will be lost. Our country's gonna fucking
we're
be
done.
fucking.
We're done. We're done.
We're gonna be
It's
speaking
over.
Chinese.
It's over. We're done.
You know what I mean? So
It's
think
over.
about it. We're gonna be like the fucking like the fucking Uyghurs in fucking China.
We're in big trouble. Yeah.
We'll be just like the Uyghurs in China, slaves.
Big trouble.
Okay,
That's what I keep
we're gonna
saying.
lose all our freedoms, and it may not be us. It may be your child, that little kid that you're looking at, that teenager that you're so proud of,
Yep.
will be somebody's fucking slave.
Yeah.
Okay, unless you stand up now and make a fucking difference. And I mean that, bro.
No, it has-
we need
you
to
have
fucking
to.
because we still have our guns, we still have some freedoms. If they fucking do it again and they don't let this fucking man in office, if they fucking cheat again, we need to fucking say bullshit.
Yeah, call bullshit.
Done.
on it. Yeah.
Get him in there.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Well, one thing I did see, and I was watching Nino again, Rodriguez, and 107 was on his show. And remember, I told you about like the possibility of Trump becoming the Speaker of the House at some point, like you said, being appointed.
Yeah.
So if Biden did get impeached, if they did really push and move forward with some things, and he did get out, and Kamala gets out because she would be right there on his coattail. She wouldn't be able to be president. Speaker would be McCarthy, and then at that point they could appoint Trump. So then we, the people, could say, no, we don't want McCarthy because McCarthy's
No.
a rhino.
Right.
We'd put Trump in there, and he would become president. So then
Right.
he would serve the rest of the
It
years.
goes to the end of the movie The Gladiator.
Exactly. Yeah, he comes back. He comes in. He's
Gives
Speaker of the House.
power back to the people.
Exactly, and then the next election it gets fixed because then he would fix him. He would the election process would be changed, and we would do it correctly, obviously, at this next election, whenever that next election would be. So, like I told you, the book "The Last President" talks about that. Trump would be the last president of the old system because Biden's presidency wouldn't exist because it's illegitimate, and then he would be the new president of the new republic.
Do
you see
you
how that
think,
works?
Do you think that Trump is even going to have a chance to run for election?
In 2024?
Yeah.
I think so, but I don't think it's going to get to that point. I still don't believe it's going to get to that point. So that's why I don't think about it. I think that something's got to change
I
before
think the
then.
election has to happen for that, for us to, because unless they indict the president.
Exactly. That's the thing.
That's what they need to do.
That's what has to happen.
He needs to get indicted
That's the first
before
domino.
the election.
That's the domino.
Before the election, they need to indict the president and his family.
Impeach him. Yeah.
You have Kamala for whatever short time.
Yeah, she won't make it because she'll be
she
out
won't
too.
make
They
it.
already got
Nobody
dirt
will like
on her anyway.
So the whole thing is, but she will be president if he gets indicted.
I don't know. I
You
don't think. I don't
I
think
think
so.
she'll get pulled in when he's fucked over. She's getting pulled down.
I think so too. I agree with Rondell. I think 100%. I agree with him because
she's not getting out of that.
she's not getting out of it either because she comes along with the package because it's an illegitimate regime. It's illegitimate.
She had nothing to do with the bribes and everything like that.
But
they don't have.
you don't know that
bribes.
for sure,
Yeah,
though.
you
You
don't
don't
know that
know.
for
You
sure.
don't know what she's been through.
She
you
is
don't
an
know.
attorney.
Yeah, you don't
with
know.
The bribe,
She's crooked.
who else do you want handling a bribe?
She's crooked. Yeah.
Well, they could probably impeach her too, and then
Yeah.
and then you have McCarthy.
And
he
then
may
you-
not
then
want to give the power back.
No, he's going to have to because then he's only appointed. Remember, he doesn't just stay there because he's the Speaker of the House. He's appointed, so they would take him out and they would appoint somebody else. And the person that can be appointed doesn't have to be
Right.
in
And
elected
the people
official.
will appoint Trump.
Yes.
They, all the surveys I see. I've been on Twitter lately. Twitter's been like my little fun page now that Elon Musk got it. We got a little more freedom in there. So I've been seeing a lot of the polls. DeSantis or Trump or Biden. The majority of the people pick Trump. Trump is popular.
Yeah.
Regardless of what's going on, I think the majority of the people, they don't want you to think that, but I think the majority of the people see what's going on.
I agree.
And
agree.
I mean, the media is making it seem like not, because they control them, like they control people's minds.
Yeah.
And what poltergeist thing will go shh shh shh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think and I've read things and I've saw things about like what could happen and if we did have another election or we did have a real election where it would be Trump against whoever or if he was appointed and then he was being voted on and they did a vote for all the states. I believe that he would win every state. I believe he would.
Yeah,
I believe he would
so
win
too.
every. I believe he would win every state.
Oh yeah, he'll get the popular vote,
Yeah.
and
he would get the popular vote. He would win every state.
I think that he won California, New York.
I did. He did.
Without
I
a
agree.
doubt.
I
Without a
agree.
doubt.
I agree. Yeah.
but they didn't
How
want to
you
give it
lost
to
New
him.
York?
Yeah.
How did Trump lose New York?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean he's
At
a
all,
New
yeah.
Yorker, dude.
Even Pennsylvania. I mean,
He provided
Pennsylvania
so
too,
many
yeah.
jobs in
Georgia.
New York.
Yeah. I mean,
He provided so many jobs in New York. And I mean, he's a New Yorker, born and raised in New York.
Pennsylvania was the pipeline. He created so many jobs in the Pennsylvania with the pipeline.
Yeah, that's
so I
all
mean,
bullshit.
Yeah. So I think if we had an election right now, I think he'd win every state.
The whole thing is, I think he won every state before.
I do too, exactly. So that's why I think he would win every state this time, even more, because he won all the states before that. So I agree with that. So I think that's where we're headed for. We're headed for this shift of some sort that's going to shift everything out, and you're going to see things start to play out. You're going to see these dominoes start to fall. You're going to see boom, boom, boom. You're going to start seeing these dominoes start to collapse on each other.
Boom, boom, boom. Go up in my room.
Exactly. There you go. Yeah. I think that's where we're at. I think we're getting to that point.
Yeah.
Bro, watch. The first thing that's gonna go when those ABCs start falling, those branches. The IRS will be the first one, and you won't get your money. Everybody's shit is fucked. Your pension.
Oh yeah, your Social Security, all that shit is gone.
Oh yeah, I never thought I'd collect Social Security anyway. It's all a scam.
Yeah, I never counted on
I
that.
knew I was in that generation that.
Yeah.
I get the letter now.
You're getting
Yeah, I'm
close.
getting
Yeah,
older,
you could
So I
collect
get
at
the letter.
63. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think
62 or 63. So you might be
62.
close.
Now,
Yeah.
I'll wait till I'm 67.
Yeah. But
I might as well grab it at 62 as 2200.
that's what I mean. Yeah, it wouldn't be that bad. Yeah. Yeah. And if you have your own
Nice,
business,
man.
you don't have to work less hours because you're
Yeah.
not counting hours.
No.
So you don't have to be like, I only.
I may take it. Who knows? It's 2200. If I wait till 67, it's like $3,000.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I'll
I'll
never see it. I'll never see it.
Yeah, so
I don't
who
see
knows?
it
I may
happening.
just take it next year.
Yeah, I would probably.
You might want to get in there quick.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I may. Well,
Get-
it's
get
funny.
with-
My wife and I were talking about that yesterday because
Yeah.
my wife is, she's starting a new career. So, and it's funny. We talked about that yesterday about Social Security. She said 62. You could grab it next year, and I'm like,
You never know.
I'm just thinking like I don't feel old. I
I
gotta
know.
fucking grab
Grab
my
that shit
Social
while you
Security.
can.
Yeah, right.
But might as well. Who knows? It may not be there when I'm 67.
Hey, 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's true, man.
2 years in and everything.
Then after that, you get Medicaid. I pay for medical, you know.
Yep.
Hey, listen, if they're giving it away, why not take it, right?
Yep.
But what I'm saying is that needs, you know, like one of the things that I like that they took out of the bill, just to get to that bill real quick, and we're talking about Medicaid and Social Security, and you know, one of the things that they did to the black community and the minority community, and they're doing it now to the, you know, to the immigrant community, is that they're giving them free money. Yeah. So what happens is that they're making it easier for you not to work. So if you don't work, right, so they make you dependent to the government. The government, so you start to rely on the government. So you tend to do whatever they want, comply, wear masks, all that other shit, right? So
Say vote for this person.
yeah, and so they tell you that you're pretty much under their control, right? So that's why I believe we need to go back to where if you can't work, you can get it, or if you can work, you could clean parks. We don't need to hire. Tax dollars don't need to pay for park cleanup and all this stuff, you know, concerning maintenance, because we could use these people that are collecting government subsidies to do these government type jobs, right? A lot of them could do reception work. So you're putting them to work. Now they're getting paid instead of paying them for doing nothing. Like in California, you get paid for doing nothing. For being homeless, and if you're gay, you get paid twice as much. Yeah. So it's almost they encouraging that stuff. Really, look it up. I'm not a big news watcher, but I saw it. I think I saw it on Newsmax, to where in California, if you're homeless, you get a paycheck, and if you're a trans homeless person, you get double the
trans
amount.
or gay
so
or both.
Trans, whatever they want to call it.
So you got to stay homeless to keep getting the check.
Right, to keep getting the check, you have to be homeless.
Huh. Wow.
So they're encouraging it. So that's why the homeless population in California has grown so much.
So much, yeah.
Because, hey, listen, if I could live in a tent, right, get a check, do nothing but fucking get high or drink or just fucking do nothing, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, wow.
I couldn't. Neither could you, but I'm saying that a lot of the people are doing it. So, I don't know if you've noticed,
That's
in our own
crazy.
little conservative town, a lot of homelessness, younger people.
Dude, that's
young
people.
Yeah, you see a lot of younger people.
Even
young
Quinn
people.
said that. Yeah, Quinn said that. Yeah,
Young
like
people,
that.
not older people.
Yeah.
I'm not old bums. I'm
I
talking
see
about
some
like.
of my friends from high
I think I
school.
saw some kids. They were like I think she was like a teenager, 19 at most, and she was with some other young person, and they were walking with their backpacks, and you could tell her legs were kind of dirty.
Yeah.
So I was like, wow, you know, homeless and they're kids. So what's going on to us parents? Like, again, I go back to, we need to fucking watch out for our kids. Those kids make it to West Palm Beach, they're slaves. Somebody's gonna snatch them, clean them up, right, and put them to hook. Both of them, the boy too. You're gonna be sucking dick, you know, straight up. So you really need to watch your children. Like, look, don't have kids if you can't watch them until they're fucking adults. Straight up, don't have them. If you're doing it for a paycheck, stop. If you're doing it for fucking government subsidy, stop.
It ain't worth the damage you're doing to
It's
them.
not. You're fucking damaging these children and you're putting them out there to suffer. Why would you do that? Why would you give birth to a child to fucking make them suffer? Watch, be vigilant, because let me tell you something. The devil's out there like a roaring lion seeking who he can devour, and it's looking to devour your children.
Big time.
Your children are tasty as fuck to them.
Yeah. That's all they want.
And you need to fucking watch. Love them enough to watch. And be kind enough for them to want to stay.
Yeah.
Understanding is, and also discipline. There's a lot of love and discipline. A lot of love and discipline.
Yep.
Okay? We fail to discipline our children today because we think it's not love.
Yeah.
But the highest degree of love is in discipline.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You're right. No, it's the reality of it. I mean, there's.
I got my ass whooped as a kid.
Yeah, me too.
I love my parents.
Yeah.
It's true.
My
though.
children didn't stay behind. I fought with my kids.
Yeah, it's a battle, and especially nowadays. I mean, it's not good. I mean, people are in bad shape financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually. we're this country's spiritually in a spiritually broke, really.
Well, the Bible speaks about how our battle is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities in the air. To put on the full armor of God, standing against the enemy's schemes. So we need to realize that it is a spiritual battle. Our mind is under attack. Mm-hmm. Remember, they're not attacking your body. The television isn't attacking your body. Your mind is under attack, inflicting fear, which now you're doing the damage because you're the one taking the injection. You went and rolled up your sleeves.
Free will choice.
You did that. Because they attacked and they convinced your mind.
Yeah.
They're not attacking your body. Remember, it's a spiritual battle, and the battle is here. Mm-hmm. So we need to keep this strong enough to say no.
Exactly.
I'm not with that. That's not right. Stop.
Well, you're right. No, that's real, dude.
You're right. But did you know it is physical now with the TV? What do we have all in our houses now? What kind of TVs do we have?
Smart TVs.
No. What do they have inside of them?
They have chips and microphones.
They are plasma TVs. Flat screen plasma TVs. The radiation coming out of a fucking plasma overheats my PlayStation all the time.
Wow.
That's how much radiation comes out of that fucking... If you ever walk by the TV, you feel that wave of heat. That TV's saturating your whole fucking living room.
What are we watching more than a television set?
The phone.
This radioactive motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
And then we put it right against our head.
Right against our head.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, we're all guilty of it.
The 5G that goes along with it.
You got that big ass 70-inch TV, that 90-inch TV. You turn that bitch on your whole living room.
As I come in the back, I got a projector.
Put on the thermal goggles.
I got a projector in the back,
box.
bro.
No
Put on thermal goggles with a TV.
Yeah. Plus, what they're spraying
One of
on
them TVs, bro. That TV lights up the whole room. They wouldn't be able. If somebody was like looking at you through a thermal scope and you turn on your TV, the plasma TV, they wouldn't be able to see. That's how much radiation that TV would get off.
We're being poisoned from all angles. That's what it comes down to.
It's true.
It's true. It's true. I mean, the spraying in the sky. I don't know if you watched that video I sent you. The pilot that admits what they're doing. He admits it. I tagged you in it. Did you watch it?
I probably didn't watch it.
You got to watch it. The guy talks about everything they do with the spraying. He fucking just puts it all out there.
I got to watch that.
You got to watch it, dude. Yeah, you got to watch it. I was like,
he's a pilot?
He's a pilot. He tells you what exactly.
We always talk about, like, what John is talking about, the spraying in the skies. They're spraying the skies with some kind of poison. I truly believe it. They say they're trying to kill bugs, but I think we're the bugs they're trying to kill.
Right.
Because they create cloudy skies.
This is what he talks about.
Cloudy skies.
Yep.
They create rain. They're testing weather to see if they can control the weather to create a storm big enough to fucking kill populations of cows.
Yeah,
they want to kill our livestock.
You gotta watch it. It's fucking crazy, dude. He admits everything. He shows you how the stuff comes out of the tail. This is just a small plane. This isn't even one of the big ones.
So what is it that they're shooting out, though?
Well, he doesn't tell you exactly what it is. He shows you the different chemicals that come out of it. He combines it. Yeah. Here, I'll play it for you real quick before we end.
Yeah, go ahead. We got time.
Yeah. No, it's fucking crazy, dude. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, listen,
dude.
you guys, while he's doing that, make sure you guys share the show. We don't ask for much. We don't throw out any commercials now because we don't have an in-between. So not even the CBD shop. And I will be moving to 790 15th place in Vero Beach. We're going to have a nice, exclusive style gym. It's going to be really nice. CBD shop, we're branding out, so that's going to be super nice. We're going to have a lot of different buds. So make sure you guys drop by 790 15th place. Putting a plug out for myself.
Yeah, the gym's going to be nice.
You got it?
I'm pulling it up now, yeah.
So it's going to be nice. The gym is going to be 3 times as bigger than what it is now. So I'll be still doing the classes, a lot of training. We're going to have Qigong. We're going to have yoga. Here it is.
Hold on. All right. Pull it up real quick. This is a pilot talking about how they spray the skies.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Chris here from Woodstock Cafe in Mirror, Alberta. And as you can see from the clouds above me, our trip yesterday was successful. So I just figured I'd come clean and let you all in on a little secret. You know how I've been flying around in airplanes lots over the last few months? Well, people often ask me, how can you afford that, Chris? Flying's expensive, and I'll tell you. The government pays me to do it. They actually pay me $10 a gallon to dump chemicals. So, I'm going to explain to you how this works. It's really actually quite simple. So, in the wings of an airplane, there's bladders. And in a normal airplane, this is where the fuel would be. But in this airplane, you see this little access port right here. When you remove those screws, there's a high-pressure leakless fitting. And we use that to fill the wings with chemicals. And then, this particular aircraft is outfitted with a few different chem spraying options. So let's go for it here. I'll show you the first one.
See the clouds in the
engine
background.
compartment here, there's some lines that run all the way down. Now this comes from the wings. Goes all the way down through here, in behind this air inlet, and then down into this spray tube. So when we're flying, the engine exhaust comes out here, and it's mixed with the chemicals. And the purpose of that is to create some clouds. So you can see there's a diffusing screw installed right there, and these are government supplied. So the next option for spraying, this airplane actually has a few. So this little thing right here, that's actually a high pressure atomizer for a different type of chemical. We're not going to be using that one on this trip because, as you can see, the regular chem is doing its job in making clouds. And you can tell that this is true because you never see clouds unless there's airplanes making them. So if you come down to the wing tips here, there are some flexi nozzles here. Now these flexi nozzles, these can be used for either liquid or solid powder type chem. And the beauty of that is, if you have a job where you just want to seed some clouds, you can use a liquid. If you have a job where you need to genocide an entire province, well, you can install the powder through those and spray. Now finally, we're going to go
Genocide
here.
the whole province.
There's the
Fuck,
chem
you
spray
talking about
certification
killing a
tank.
bunch of people.
Where are we here? Where is it?
Crazy, right?
Yeah,
There it
it's
is.
fucking nuts,
Right
bro.
there. So this is called a fogger. This actually ups our revenue from $10 a gallon up to $40 a gallon because this fogger here, it disperses the chem so much with the turbulence on the horizontal stabilizer in conjunction with the tip caps here. That causes some turbulence back here and it fogs so much that you end up with this. I'd say we did a pretty good
You
job.
can't see what he's
last
showing,
night
but
at
what we
the
see is a
cracker.
bunch
So,
of
British
clouds,
Columbia,
what you see
you're
in the
welcome.
sky. Normally, yeah,
we,
man, it's fucking crazy.
Did a very good job of
Sounds
seeing
like
clouds
a
for you
cloud.
and blocking out the sun, as you can see.
Blocking the
So we're
sun.
Yeah,
stopping
like I told you.
climate change.
Climate change.
So, there you are, folks. I've come clean, and I told you what the truth is, and it's on video on Facebook, so you can't argue with it. If anyone does argue with it, you can be upset with them and point to the video as evidence. So I guess it's time for me to get back into our airplane. Call sign.
Well, you
Charlie
fired.
Hotel.
Oh, I don't think he's gonna be fucking flying in his own plane.
Right?
You fired as fuck.
But think about that for a minute, though, John. We talk about this all the
I
time.
know.
How they want to eliminate the sun this way you don't get the
Block the
vitamin
sun,
D. They
yeah.
want to fucking put chemicals in the sky
He
to
told
make you
you
sick.
everything I was telling
People
you.
getting sick. They're not gonna longer inject you with shit. They're gonna fucking spray. You're gonna breathe it in.
Breathe it in.
He said this wood
There's
is
gonna
literally
be-
made for
There's
chalky
gonna be another
substances
pandemic. Look,
that they
trust
use
me.
to put out
There will be
villages
another
and problems.
pandemic, bro.
Yeah.
Another plandemic.
Yeah.
And this one's gonna be worse.
It's all
People are gonna
bunk.
actually die for real
That's it.
for these
That's why
fucking
they gonna use
chemicals.
to spray- to
These
spread it.
chemicals are gonna do it.
Yeah. That's why.
They're gonna do it somehow, bro. Let me tell you something. That we're gonna have to fuck. It's gonna get to a point where we're gonna revolt. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what gives me the hope. Is that I know that the majority of us, because the people I know and I've spoken to, are fucking down. They're not with it,
They're
bro,
not with
and they're
this
done.
shit. Yeah, they're done.
So
yeah.
anyway, just want to let y'all know. Thank you
That
so
was-
much, man. You know, we got our hour in like we normally do, man. Just
Yep.
thanks for listening. Please share the show. You know, it's important to us. We don't really put out any plugs.
Subscribe too, please.
Yeah,
Give us some more.
subscribe, share
Give us
the
some
show,
more.
talk
Share it.
about
Like,
the show,
share,
any comments,
comment,
like, share, comment, all
thumbs
that
up,
good stuff,
thumbs
you
up.
know.
Give
Y'all
us some
got any
thumbs up.
questions? Text
Yeah.
Eddie.
So text me on that if you guys are into, you know, if you guys want to do something about it, not just talk about it, but be about it.
Yep.
Fucking give me a text at 772-713-0921. Just text me bikers and citizens, and I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
God bless y'all.
All right, guys. Stay human.
Love, peace, chicken grease, baby.
We out.